Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Kosi, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to cut a contoured pencil skirt using hip allocation method. Okay, so this has been trending for a while now and it's so perfect for skirt making or gown. Okay, so I already made my own beautiful skirt using the same method, and trust me, it came out so fine and it was so beautiful. I forgot to snap it though, so if you're interested to learn how I made this or how to cut this, keep on watching and let's get started. Please just know that this is a pattern drafting tutorial. Okay, so after drafting, you can transfer to your actual fabric and make your beautiful skirt. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notified once new video drops. Okay, thank you. So we are going to do some calculations before we go ahead with the drafting of the skirt. Okay, I'll first write the front skirt calculation, okay, but I'll make this book very bold, like I'll view it very bold so you guys see everything I'm writing out here. Okay, so I viewed it. As you can see now, I wrote front skirt. So this is for the front skirt, and the hip is 36. So now you divide 36 by 2, and once I divide my 36 by 2, it will give me 18 inches. Okay, so this is the 18 inches. So what I will do next is to subtract 1.5 inch from this 18 inches. Okay, so once I do that, what I will have left is 60.5 inches. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's correct. 16.5 inch is what I will have. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and write it down. Again, the 1.5 inch is for the allocation method. Okay, so now this 1.5 inches doesn't work for everyone. If the difference between your waist to the hip measurement is 6 inches, 8 inches, 7 inches, you can subtract 1.5 inches from your actual hip measurement. But if the difference from your waist to the hip is like 2 inches or 3 inches, you can just leave it at 1 inch. Okay, you just subtract 1 inch from your hip measurement. Okay, and if your waist and your hip is almost the same thing, no need subtracting anything. Okay, so now this 16.5 inches I have here is for the front skirt hip. Okay, so now I will go ahead with the back skirt. So for the back measurement of the skirt, we are going to work with the same hip. Okay, my hip measurement is 36 inches. Okay, so for the back, I'll divide the same 36 by 2 and I'll have exactly 18 inches. Okay, so now once you have this 18 inches, you're going to plus it to whatever you removed from your front hip measurement. I minus a 1.5, so I'll just plus it, like add it back. Like I'll add back the 1.5 inches that you can see here. So when I add it back, I will have 19.5 inches. Now this is for the back hip measurement. Okay, we are going to be working with this 19.5 inches for the back. So now this is my 19.5 inches here. I already circled it out, and it's for the back hip measurement. You get the basket hip measurement. As you can see, I hope you all understood what I just said here. So if there is any question after this video, you can as well ask me this below the comment section so I can answer you guys. Okay, so now that's the end, and we're going to move into the drafting of the skirt. Okay, so I already fold my pattern by 2, and now you just make a straight line across using your ruler to serve as your starting line. Once you're through with that, come down by your hip line. Mine is always 8 inches, so I just mark 8. After that, you do the same thing here, and after marking again, you should come down again by your knee length. My knee length is 22 inches, and I went ahead to make my point. After that, use my ruler to connect it in a straight line like this. Then I'll label the upper part as the waistline. This second line is for the hip, and this one is for the knee length. Okay, so once I'm through with that, I'll take the length of my skirt. Okay, you just place your tape, then take the length of your skirt. I subtract 1.5 inches from the upper part, that is for the waistband. Then I marked, I think, 28 inches or 29 inches. It was what I marked there. So once I'm through with that, just make a straight line across. Then I'll label that as the skirt length. Do you get it? Just label as your skirt length. So once you're through with that, this is what you should have here. You should have something looking like this. Okay, so on the waistline, you are going to divide your waist measurement by 4 inches, then add 1 inch for your dart and also 2 inches for the seam allowance. Okay, so on that hip line, you're going to I'll work with my 16.5 inches. Okay, so now I'll divide my 16.5 inches by 2 again. Okay, once you get it, you divide it by 2. When I divide it by 2, I'll mark what it gave me, then add 2 inches for seam allowance. Okay, once I'm through with that, I'll measure again what I have there in total, and it was 10.5 inches. So I'll just repeat the same thing on the knee length. Okay, then you go ahead and mark. After that, use your ruler to connect it in a straight line. Going to connect those points in a straight line like this. Okay, connect to from the waist to the hip, also connect from there to your knee length. So once I'm through with that, next thing I want to do again is from the hip line, I'll place my tape from the hip line to the knee length. Then I'll divide, just get the midpoint, divide it. I have 14 inches, so the midpoint is 7 inches. Then I came out by quarter of an inch. Okay, sorry, I came out by half an inch here, but that was a mistake. I supposed to come outside by quarter of an inch. Okay, so it will enable me make a very good and nice curve. Okay, so after connecting those points, you can actually see it's not really standing straight or penciled that much. So I'll just correct this mistake on the back pattern. So when cutting it, I'll just maintain the line. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do again is to come down here on the skirt length. Remember, on the knee I have I have 10.5 inches. So on the skirt length, I'll subtract 1.3 inches from there, and whatever I have left, I'll just go ahead and mark. Then from there, I'll connect it from there to that skirt length. I hope you understand. So once I'm through with that, on this waistline, I'll place my tape, then come down by half an inch. Then after making my point on the center front, I'll just go ahead and connect it in a slant line like this. Okay, now you divide your nipple to nipple by 2, mark half of it there. Then come down by 5 inches. You can come down by 6 inches if you are tall, or even 6.5. Then subtract half an inch on both sides. Connect it from there to this point here. Do the same thing for the other side. So this for the dart intake. Okay, after I was done with everything, I'll just go ahead and I'll label it as my front skirt pattern. Okay, so this my pattern is not correct. I didn't notice this on time, but I'll correct it later. So now once I'm through with that, I'll just go ahead and cut it out just like this. Okay, so after cutting, we move into the drafting of the back piece. Okay, so just look at how I'm cutting everything. So after trimming the side, you can see exactly what I have here. So the wrong curved and shape is out. Okay, so now for the back piece, this is my back piece here, and this paper here is not on a fold because I have only this one left. Okay, so it's just a single piece. When making yours, you can make yours on a fold. Okay, just fold yours. So I can see I just marked a straight line here, and I gave space of 3 inches. So after that, on the waistline, I'll just go ahead and label everything: waistline, hip line, knee line, and skirt length. Remember, I said on the side I just marked 3 inches, okay, for that space there. So on the waistline, you just go ahead and do the same thing we did at the front. Just mark your waist measurement by just mark quarter of your waist measurement, add 3 inches for your dart and seam allowance. So on the hip line, we are going to work with this 19.5 inches here on the hip line for the basket. So for that's 1.5 inches I subtracted from the front piece. I already input it here. Okay, so after making a shred, just connect it like that. Then from there, you place your tape and divide your 19.5 inches. Okay, After marking your 1.5 inches on the side here, you connect the line exactly at that point. Place your tape on the same line, then go ahead and divide your 90.5 inches or anything you got. Divide it by 2, then mark it. Okay, after that, add 2 inches for your seam allowance. This is very simple to cut. Okay, repeat what you have there on this other side. Okay, so from that side, anything you have there, go ahead and mark it on the knee length, except this 1.5 inches. Okay, so now go ahead and connect from the waistline to the hip, from the hip to the knee length. Okay, so once I'm through with that, the same thing I did on the front piece is what I'm going to do here again. So first I want to quickly subtract 1.3 inches here on the skirt length. Then after that, I'll just go ahead and connect from the knee length to the skirt length. Okay, so once I'm through with that, next thing I want to do again is to place my tape. Okay, I'll place my tape from the hip line to the knee length. I just place it to divide what I have there, get the midpoint, just like we did at the front piece. I have 14 inches. I marked 7 inches for the midpoint. I came inside by a quarter of an inch, as you can see. Then I'll just go ahead and connect it. Just look at how I'm doing this. Go ahead and connect it. So this is what I should have done on the front piece. Okay, but I mistakenly marked half an inch, and if I just decide to correct it, it might make the pattern rough. Okay, so once I'm through with that, on that 1.5 inches I came outside by, I'll just place my tape, then I will just come down by 8 inches. Then after marking or making my point from the waistline, you connect it from there to your 1.5 inches. So this is the hip allocation method we are talking about. Okay, so from here you also connect it to that 8 inches you came down by from that 1.5 inches. Okay, so now just go ahead and blend it because I don't need a sharp edge or any sharp thing here. Just go ahead and blend. So once I'm through with that, I'll also go ahead and add extra 1 inch for zip allowance. You can also add half an inch for your zip allowance. Okay, so maintain the curve. Okay, just maintain the curve. Your zip allowance should not be straight. The line of for your zip allowance should not be straight. Okay, you just maintain the curve just like you see me doing here. Okay, so once you're through with that, you can now use your ruler to connect those points just like you see me doing. All right, so this is very simple. Believe me, once you are done making the skirt, it's going to come out really fine because I've tried this method, like I told you guys in the beginning of my video, that I have tried this method, just that I forgot to take a picture. Okay, I wore it to church last week. I forgot to take a picture of this, so I said to share with you guys. So you see another method of cutting your skirt or making a very beautiful skirt. Okay, so I'll just label as back skirt pattern. Okay, just like this. Do you get? So after I was done with everything, guys, this is what I have here. Next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and cut everything out. So for the for the quarter of an inch I came outside by, on the other side is just to enable you to have that penciled or fitted skirt below your hip line. Okay, so after I was done with everything, just go ahead and trim out all of the sharp edge, just like you see me don't have any sharp edge there. Okay, go ahead and trim everything out. And now for the calculation here, you would see that after calculating this 16.5 inches I have here and 19.5 inches I have on this other side, if you calculate these two, you will notice I have 36 inches, my actual hip measurement. Okay, okay, so guys, this is all about the drafting of this hip allocation method, and we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching to this end. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Love you all and bye.